In a quiet village nestled between hills lived Jack, a master of putting things off. Homework? Maybe later. Cleaning? Eventually. Goals? I'm letting the universe decide. Everyone told him time is precious. Jack replied, then why spend it working? But one day, whispers spread. A wise man named Mr. Lawson had arrived. Someone who could fix anything, even chronic laziness. For once, Jack was curious. He stretched, yawned, and, brace yourself, got out of bed before noon. Maybe change was coming. Jack approached Mr. Lawson, who was sitting calmly under a large tree, his eyes seeming to see right through one's soul. Jack spoke up. People say you're really wise. So, how do I stop being, lazy? Mr. Lawson didn't reply. Immediately, he reached into his pocket and pulled out a small hourglass. This is your time, he said. Each grain of sand is a moment in your life. When you're lazy, procrastinating, daydreaming, each grain falls, never to be regained. Jack held the hourglass, watching the tiny grains slip down. For the first time, he felt nervous. So, what am I supposed to do with this? Watch it every morning, Mr. Lawson replied. And remember, time waits for no one. It keeps falling, whether you do something or not. Jack fell silent. Something in his eyes changed. And so, his journey, the journey of the laziest boy in town, began with a small gift and a gentle slap from time itself. The next day, Jack woke up early, something that had never happened in the history of mankind, or at least not in his house. The hourglass sat on his desk, almost as if it were watching him, silently reminding him, time is flowing. All right, today I'll start. Just today, we'll see about tomorrow. He began to make a plan. A piece of paper, some notes, study times, break times. It all felt like a fun new game, and strangely, he liked the feeling of being in control. Day by day, Jack began to change. No more hiding under the blanket until noon. No more last-minute panicking. He knew when the water was coming and had already packed his life jacket. Every time he saw the sand fall, Jack would remind himself, each grain is a chance to choose. From the laziest boy around, Jack began to become the master of his own time. Jack returned months later, handing the hourglass back to Mr. Lawson. I don't need this anymore, he said, because now I feel time. Mr. Lawson smiled, warm and knowing. Then you've learned. Time isn't meant to be counted. It's meant to be lived. Jack nodded. I used to think time was the enemy, but it's the truest friend. Honest, constant. It doesn't lie. It doesn't rewind. But when we respect it, every grain becomes a miracle. Mr. Lawson replied, and living each second with meaning. That's how you win in life. No rush, just truth. From that day on, Jack no longer chased time. He walked with it, each day, each moment, unhurried, but never wasting a second. He woke early, did what he loved, and made time for those who mattered. He knew the real treasure wasn't in a clock, but in how we live each passing minute. One day, Jack stood before a crowd of young minds sharing the story of an hourglass. Not preaching, not teaching, just a story. You don't need to control time, he said. Just live, so that when it passes, you don't regret it.